It's a great honor and immense pleasure that I stand before you today on this occasion when we come together and celebrate what we are. First and foremost, I have to thank Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, who has enabled us and given us life and made it possible for us to be here. I also want to thank Professor Jagenda, the rector. I think if we start talking about Professor Jagenda for what he has done, and I'm going to be specific, what he's done for the Islamic University in Uganda Alumni Association, we probably won't leave this place. I think it suffices for me to say we are deeply, deeply grateful to you and your team. All the teams, the entire team of the Islamic University in Uganda. I had my colleague here, the chairman, mentioned one particular side group, but I speak generally. They've all been extremely helpful. When we approach them, they are very helpful. We are grateful to you, Rector. The support the university has given us is one reason why we are able to congregate here. Obviously, as you know, when we came together to think of what we're doing now, we needed first and foremost to have a base. And the university gladly gave us an office area where we have an admin that runs, because most of us, the leadership, are outside of the country. Unfortunately, I'm one of them. So we have someone who is in the office, and that office is what the university has given us. So we're grateful, Professor Jagenda and your team. I also want to appreciate the entire executive of the Alumni Association, notably the president. I mentioned him, Abdunur Sekindi. Maybe one word about him. I have known so many people, Professor Jagenda, in my 51 years of my life, who are generous. I've not seen anyone as generous as Abdunur Sekindi. He has put a lot of time at great cost to him. Should I also mention a lot of money in much of what we do. So I think we need to mention him specifically for that. We as the alumni, I was speaking to the executive director. We have so many, I think to say so many will not be right. We have a number of committees. I think you had guest of honor mention of the welfare committee. We have the welfare committee. The purpose of it is to help members of our community, the alumni community, in terms of things like, so someone has got a problem as maybe a bereavement in a family, or some of our members who have gone, who are deceased, they have issues with their kids and things, anything that is welfare. That's when we come and that's the table. I think the table is sitting here. We also have the scholarship fund, which unfortunately they presented their case here before you walked in. It's headed by Dr. Saka. All these committees are, the scholarship fund is all about trying to raise money and help those students that are struggling at the university. All the students we help, condition number one, they must be students of Islamic University in Uganda. And that committee is also got members like Dr. Nabukeda Madina, the academic registrar, and like all the other committees, I'm part of them to oversee or to monitor what is happening. I also want to talk briefly, guest of honor, about two initiatives we've done or we intend to do. One of them, just mention, because some people have already talked about it, the government of Uganda, I understand, is phasing out primary school teachers in their current form. So we thought, in conjunction with the university, that teachers of that stature will struggle, and of course the schools, particularly the Muslim schools where our focus would be in the initial stages, will have issues. So we're going to start that. I know when Rector comes up to talk, he will probably talk about it because we have discussed it. So I am not going to talk so much about it. There is another initiative, and again, through my private messagings and contacts with you, I have introduced this to you before. We have an initiative, we're thinking big. We intend to buy a piece of land, at least 50 acres, that we are going to use to start a project which we have called the Alumni Village. That Alumni Village will have modern primary school, and when I say modern, I mean modern, not as a word. Modern primary school, a modern secondary school, will have a health facility. I won't say a hospital because a hospital is a different story. We'll try to put community-based activities in that. I want to assure you members, my colleague here, Abdul Salam, mentioned about potentiality. We, as the alumni community of Islamic University in Uganda, we have a lot of potential. All we have to do is to mobilize ourselves. I always tell my colleagues that we have three main things we have to do. One of them is mobilization, the other one is mobilization, and another one is mobilization. If we can mobilize ourselves with the potential, there is no field I'm aware of where we do not have someone from among us. If you want ministers, we have them, don't we? At least if I'm talking about Uganda here. If you want businessmen, we have them. If you want lawyers, we have them. If you want members of parliament, we have them. Every single field, academicians, all of them. The only problem we've had is that we've not been mobilizing ourselves. So we're thinking big now. That's why I'm talking about the Alumni Village project. I have already about 50 people that are on board who are willing to put in a lot of money. And those people are alumni members. So please, if we approach you, we're asking you to join. It will help you. It may not help you directly, but probably it will help your child or your brother's child or whoever, as long as it's primarily targeting, in the first instance, is targeting members of the alumni community. So please, we also have other things we've designed and people are on board. We want to help to arrange what you call Hajji and Umrah facilities in a way that is exclusively understood by us, the Islamic University in Uganda alumni community. And again, I urge you that when we come to you, please don't get tired of us. I want to pay special thanks to Dr. Madina. Dr. Madina, thank you so much. I think she deserves another round of applause. All the campuses largely have been brilliant. We appreciate that in helping us to organize that. But Dr. Madina Nabukere has been extremely brilliant in mobilizing people to be here. So we are grateful. I also want to thank all of you who have trusted me, calling you, when actually, in actual sense, I'm a stranger to you. Some people have never seen me, but I phoned them and I introduced myself to them. That trust is what we want. If you can trust me to speak to you, I think you will be able to trust me when I ask you for some big money. Like I said, I'm thinking big. This is going to be a big project. All committee members, I'm grateful. Those probably I've mentioned and those I have not, I'm grateful for all the work we're doing. It's voluntary work, no one gets paid. You put in a lot. It's Alumni Day. So as you know, the entire week we do a lot of activities which you have seen being shown to you here. So I'm inviting all of you, so when we call you next time, just please know that there is another event on the 10th of February. The whole point of it is to mobilize ourselves and meet and connect and network and etc. Whatever else you're going to pick from here, I hope inshallah you take it home and make it as a bridge for you to ask a question, to step on and ask, what can I do for the alumni? Maybe I've overheard an explanation from Rector. Let me say it out to everybody. The 10th of Feb is the day the university was established. We all know that, I hope so. That day we approached the university when we started mobilizing ourselves, and Rector and his team gladly accepted to name it IUIU Alumni Day. When it falls on a weekday like it has on Monday, we think within ourselves, for convenience of members, when do we do this dinner? And obviously, we've done it on the 15th, but it's the entire week. So the whole week where the 10th falls, then we have to take it and do a series of activities. And there's no point in me repeating about the activities because you've seen all of them. Once again, Professor Jagend and your team, thank you. And Hajji Sharifa, I'm very grateful that you accepted to officiate on this occasion. I've been contacting you and speaking to you, and you've never met me, you've never seen me, but you were very, very, very open. There's no other group, probably apart from your immediate family, there's no other group I can think of that is so proud of what you're doing more than the people you see here. And trust me, we pray hard for your success. We will be there for you. We will defend you for bad or for good. So just rest assured that you have your alumni family with you. And thank you, everybody. Feel home because you are home here. And that's it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.